Welcome to Opening Bell. Looks like this Wednesday, the 3rd of August, a very big day for OPEC Alliance as it holds its August meeting under the leadership of new Secretary General Kuwaiti Bon Al-Ghais. So it's a very big day in which everyone's looking at what the new direction will be. According to Reuters news agency, OPEC is likely to keep its production output, all previous agreements unchanged for the month of September. But what happens after September? We're looking for guidance from Vienna later today. Welcome to the show. Everyone, the Nigerian market turned green yesterday. We went back to the psychological 50,000 index reading on the back of price appreciation by big names such as MTA Nigeria in the telco sector and Nestle, the largest consumer goods in Nigeria by market cap and by market share. So that gave the index of the NGX 1.35% reading in the positive territory, although the volume was thinner than when we started on Monday by roughly 26%. The BRVA market slumped by 0.1%. We saw 20 basis points down on the EGX 30 at 9,442. The Nairobi Bourse went into green territory by 1%, and South African markets down by roughly 1%. The rand also fell yesterday to about 16.75 against the dollar, as the investors sell down a bit on the largest securities exchange on the African continent. The GSE had a bit of more correlation with the developed markets, where the European markets tanked yesterday in the main. Eurostock 600 also finished in the negative territory. So let's put all that behind us and begin to look at what's in the news making today, the 3rd day of the week. Tanzania's CRBD's bank is getting about $110 million of two different packages from the EFDB group to support SMEs in Tanzania under President Suluhu, as well as supporting women entrepreneurship in the East African country. The gap for women in terms of access to finance is estimated at about $1.6 billion US. And Kenya may lose 1.5 billion shillings coffee market because Japan is flagging off its own local exports. And Umba has acquired 66% of Daraja IMF Bank shares. That's according to that business transaction within Kenya space. And the Bank of Africa of Tanzania have told the SMEs to take advantage of financial services that it provides in the East African country to benefit their businesses. Let's step into the West Africa market space and what's in the news within the Nigeria and West Africa space, Africa's largest cement maker. Dangote Cement says he's setting up a cracking plant in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, two of the other largest economies here in West Africa and the biggest market. That will expand Dangote Cement's operations in West Africa beyond the various countries where it operates now, from Horn of Africa in Ethiopia all the way to Zambia in Southern Africa, down to Central Africa Republic in Douala, and Cameroon, all the way as well to Tanzania. So that's the latest from Dangote Cement. It says deploying grinding plants to Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire. In the financial services space, Nigeria's Deposit Insurance Corporation is warning, don't expect to be covered. That's what the NDIC says in a statement on Tuesday. Don't expect deposit insurance coverage if you invest in fund management packages. The NDIC says there's an increase in legal and illegal fund managers' operations in Nigeria, and that deposits made for investment in managed funds does not qualify, is not covered, to put it the other way, by the NDIC law. So that warning is going out. Nigeria's seen an implosion of various fund managers, online, digital, whatever space, everyone asking folks to invest for mouth-watering returns. Now, the NDIC is warning that such deposits made into such investment packages are not covered. The NDIC says it's covered only deposits made into deposit money banks that are duly licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. You have been warned. And UBA says it's Africa's Global Bank has appointed new executives, group managing director, the deputy managing director, as well as other executives across the regions where it operates. Ghana has launched a new app which allows Ghanaians to self-register their SIM card on whatever network they're using, but it comes at a small fee. That's about 5 cities. No free lunch, even in Freetown. And Gambia's Ministry of Finance says it set up a Directorate of Tax and Revenue to help the country coordinate and do a whole lot more in terms of tax revenue into the coffers of the authorities in the Gambia. So that takes me effectively to Southern African market, where we're still trying to see how the new lower price of fuel will take effect. But South Africans are a bit enthused about the fact that they're paying a little bit less for fuel prices. In Zimbabwe, the central bank decided to hold interest rates unchanged despite high soaring inflation, and announced that 85% of the 2,000 pieces of gold coins that were sold about 2 weeks ago were bought locally. A balance of 15% was bought in foreign currency. That is good news for the Reserve Bank. And it announced that the second tranche was sold 2 days ago to another 2,000 set of gold coins into the market. So that program is taking off on the ground. We'll get to see how it helps Zimbabwe manage its exchange rate and FX inflows as well, and moderate outflows. Then the PIC, which is the Public Investment Corporation of South Africa, says it's putting $100 million in the Lagos-based or Lagos headquartered Africa Finance Corporation, which is a Pan-African organization that supports infrastructure and development across the African continent. And mining companies globally are posting weak earnings, weaker dividend, and bleak outlook. But Glencore is looking to sidestep that according to latest numbers and business operations that Glencore is looking at coal mining. And Massmart is a troubled South Africa's retailer and distributor, says his headline earnings per share when it's released in the next few days, we'll see HEPS down by 51%. That will amount to about 975 billion rand in losses. No thanks to that very violent riot and looting that we saw around KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa last year. That's really dented the numbers as well as inflation in Africa's most advanced industrialized economy. That's South Africa, by the way. Massmart is struggling right now, roughly 1 trillion rand in losses. So let's check in with the North African markets, essentially with Morocco and Egypt, and see what some of the big news are. Egyptian pound is expected to fall further to about 21 to the dollar by the end of 2022. And Egypt says it's bought Toyota's stake in offshore drilling company to continue its expansion of energy footprints. And the UK is to import 8% of its electricity needs from Morocco. That's good business. Europe is looking left, right, and center, shopping around the world for energy sources on the back of the crisis with Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. Egypt Post and AXA says they're looking to sign a deal. And the idea is to study the establishment of what we call a micro insurance company. They want to combine forces in Egypt and in North Africa to set up a micro insurance company. We'll see how that goes. We wish them all the best. And remittances by Egyptians living abroad hit roughly $30 billion in the past 11 months. And that's the latest number we've got for you. That's your frontier opening bell this Wednesday, the 3rd of August. Enjoy your day, everyone. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.